Right. So, for tonight, our heroes have were victorious in recovering an item that was stolen from them, the Ring of Winter. They've been working tirelessly to find out who stole it from them and get it back. They were under the impression that it was stolen by a group of Githyanki. But what you discovered was that this maybe was not the case exactly. When you came into the fortress, where indeed um, some Githyanki by the leadership of Azad's friend Vyra, had been there and were using it as kind of a refuge for um, Githyanki, or mostly Githyanki, that she was kind of rescuing from their life in the very, I guess it's kind of a brutal dictatorship kind of society in Tunerith. And so that's what the place was all about. But when you got there, it seemed almost like haunted. You were attacked by a number of these kind of wispy, shadowy creatures that almost seemed like they whispered the voices of thousands of others that maybe they had encountered in the past, and they kind of implanted maybe some maddening visions in some of your heads. And so it seems that maybe whatever these spirits are, they were really the thing that stole the ring. That you had some indication that maybe they died at the hands, or the Githyanki had died at the hands of these spirits, and maybe were manifesting their images, and those were the things that actually stole the ring. Anyways, you have recovered the ring, and you rested. What else happened? You also recovered, what, 2 dragon eggs that were there. Not sure what to do with them.
Yeah, I grabbed one, I think. Or did I grab both of them?
I don't know. Maybe just one.
Let's call it 2.
I thought someone else was carrying the other one.
Fairly certain we said
I don't remember.
2 eggs.
I don't know. I might have been carrying one. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sure. I can't remember.
2 eggs.
All right, 2 eggs. What's on your inventory sheet? Do you have dragon egg written there?
It's in my sack of goodies. I don't keep inventory on it. It kind of stuff just kind of magically appears and disappears.
Yeah.
Wait, who wrote down all the money we got last time?
Yeah, you also hit the jackpot with a little iron box that you found underneath a secret compartment underneath the rug.
Oh yeah, 10 1,000 K gems.
Can I get that
I don't
bag?
have a dragon egg on my inventory sheet.
Oh, well then I have them both, definitely.
Alright, so 2 dragon eggs.
I would like to get that bag enchanted though, like in Tim Allen's The Santa Claus, where I can just hold on to it and fly around everywhere.
You want to get a permanent fly spell on your
Yes.
bag.
Sack of flying. Okay.
Stranger things have happened in D&D. We could probably, for a price, make something like that happen.
I'll need all the gold.
Well, we
All of
only
it.
It's already
have, we
spent.
only have gems,
Oh,
also known as gems.
You took a rest, and you were returning back to Crux, having recovered what you came here for. But the evidence of these spirits probably speaks to the corruption of the World Tree. You are on the World Tree of Yggdrasil, this gigantic tree that is kind of a plane unto itself. And you've heard tell that there's some kind of corruption, some kind of infection that is afflicting the tree and causing many of the creatures that are native here to go mad or crazy, things like that. You had talked with a druid named Marlis, who was like taking a collection to try to raise a band of adventurers, maybe to go and explore this, and you'd already kind of decided that this was going to be your task B. While you were here, you were going to check it out. So you were heading back to Crux, and As soon as the city came into view, big problem. There's an orange blaze that is lighting up that town. Crux is just a burning inferno, and smoke and embers are obscuring the beauty that was once this quaint little village that sat on one of the branches of Yggdrasil adjacent to the trunk of the massive tree. You can hear screams as you watch the city garrison race through the streets, eager to break indoors to help drag trapped residents from their homes. You can see city folk, common folk, coming to the aid of their neighbors. They're running up and down the streets, many of them with these, like, it almost looks like a big, heavy, like, damp, soggy blankets or something. And they're running to and fro, trying to use these, I guess, to, like, kind of damp out some of the flames best they can, but this fire is so out of control. Nearly half of the village is up in smoke. The smell of ash and fire almost it stings your eyes how hot this blaze is, making it kind of hard to breathe. And you can only imagine what it's like for those that are trapped inside these small. I mean, this whole city is composed of houses that are made of wood. It's just kindling that is fueling this flame.
And we're on a tree.
And you're on a tree. So you're walking into this scene that is just chaos. Everyone that is outside is desperately but very uncoordinated, like trying to lend aid the best that they can to save lives.
We need to help these people.
Absolutely, we do.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where?
Grab blankets of water and put buildings up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's go.
See if there's anyone calling out from any of the buildings.
Well, if Reggie knew how to use that ring he's got, he could probably freeze all this fire real quick.
Why are you all butthurt? It's fine. All right. Does Reggie have a sense of the ring having some use left in this day?
Yeah, I mean you've attuned to it, and so it has. I think the skeletal thing used it once. They used a cone of cold once.
Okay.
I don't have the book that has
That's fine.
stuff
Yeah.
about it in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I could certainly look that up.
Well,
quick.
let's. Should we see if our construction friend or mechanic friend is, or blacksmith friend? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
Maybe
has Gizmo?
Gizmo could help
Oh,
fight the fire.
fixed up.
Well, I mean, do we have time to go there, or should we start helping put out fires?
Well, it sounds like people are burning to death. I mean, we could go check on a robot thing.
I'm going to go from building to building, seeing if anyone's calling from help.
Okay, so you're doing that, and then the three of you are going to the blacksmith.
I can't go to the blacksmith. I need to help these people.
I was imagining the town being relatively small, right? Like it's one town square. Or is it?
Oh no, it's a sprawling
Oh,
city.
okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
I mean not a city, but it's a village. You
Yeah.
know, it's more than a block. It's
Okay.
got its own little town square and everything. That's where there's kind of this open air market there, and that's where the inn was. And
So it's bigger than Rosendale.
yeah,
Okay.
this is more. It's
Like a pond.
It's a little pond. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then I won't. I will also be there, helping out with the immediate need.
Let's see. Ring of Winter. The Ring of Winter. Da, da, da. While attuned to and wearing the ring, you have immunity to cold damage.
Mhm.
It has 12 charges at full. Regains all expended charges daily at dawn. You can expend 1 charge as an action to use the ring to lower the temperature in a 120-foot radius sphere centered on a point that you can see within 300 feet of you. Temperature in that area drops 20 degrees per minute. You can cast one of the following spells from the ring by expending the necessary number of charges. Big B's Hand, 2 charges. Flesh to Ice, 3 charges. Cone of Cold, 2 charges. Ice Storm, 2 charges. Odalukis, Freezing Sphere, 3 charges. Sleet Storm, 1 charge. Spike Growth, 1 charge. And Wall of Ice, 2 charges.
What's the one before Spike Growth?
Sleet Storm.
Sleep. That was one.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can also use a number of charges to create inanimate ice objects, or you can have like the moving one for more charges.
Like that after.
Yeah, you've used that probably more than anything else. So it's got 2 charges were used, so it's got 10.
10 charges left. Okay.
All right.
So we're running the houses listing for people that are screaming.
Okay. Kind of everywhere, basically every building that you are seeing. I guess you're running through residential areas right now, and you're hearing calls for help, help.
All right.
What did we come here for originally?
Well, this is like the main city on the Tree of Life. Is it the Tree of Life?
Yeah.
And are we just passing through?
The World Tree.
World
Well, we came here to find the ring, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, like right now, why are we here?
We came back to see the blacksmith, to try to find out what's happening to the World Tree, because it seemed like some people here might have more information than they were letting on. Gizmo's here.
I was gonna say we should get to the reason we came here before, in case they're in trouble, because we can't save all these people.
Right. So what was their name again?
Marlis.
Marlis, and then the blacksmith, and then the mayor, maybe.
Yep.
Oh, the bartender was actually.
Bartender, and then Zalgaron was the guy that hypnotized you.
Yeah, he can die. That's fine.
He's probably eating right
Yeah,
now.
he's actually probably taking a bath in this fire.
And that's how we found out about that fortress, and we dispelled the thing on you. So yeah, I think it's to figure out what's going on with this tree, so we can get home.
I will cast protection from energy on myself for fire, and then start as we make our way towards like this town square. I'll start running into buildings and trying to save people.
Okay. And how about the rest of you?
Yes, I must save as many as I can.
So you're running into a building and
Yeah,
okay,
of who I can hear.
Yeah, I think the dinosaur had his flame retardant.
I'm sure. How about the two of you?
Scaly.
I guess I'm gonna do the same. I'll run into the buildings next to them. Ones they don't go in, I'll go.
And then, trying to kind of work our way to the town square, but hopefully rescuing people on the way.
Okay.
Only the really nice houses, though.
They're all pretty nice.
Those people probably have more information.
Yeah. It's like trick or treating. You gotta go to the nice neighborhoods. You get a better prize. And how about Reggie?
Yeah, same thing. I'm not committing to it, but I'm ready to cast Cone of Cold and put fire out if I need to. But I'm not doing it yet because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay.
So Sleet Storm wouldn't hurt anybody, would it?
No, that sounds pretty safe. Just shards of ice
No,
falling
sleet
down.
is rain mixed with.
I'm not sure if it's a damage spell. It might not be a damage spell.
Oh, really?
I think
Oh,
it's
wow,
more
okay.
about creating difficult terrain. And
Oh.
I think it does do a little damage, but not. It's not as
Just
much
the
as you
power,
would
power
think.
lines and trees.
Yeah. I can find
Yeah,
it.
right. It's just
All right, Dino. So you run into a building, and it's kind of a quaint little two-story building, and you can hear cries for help coming from upstairs.
Oh, all right. Gotta go upstairs.
All right, so you go upstairs and you see that there's like, you get to the landing and you're looking down like a hallway where there's like two doors on your left, one door on your right, and you can hear like the cries coming from the door on the right. But the problem is the entire hallway is full of flame.
Okay.
And that's why they're not coming out.
All right. I can hear which door they're calling from, though, right?
Yeah, the door on the right.
Okay. I cast Misty Step and to get to the other side of that door. Right?
You have to be able to see the point that you're misty stepping to.
Oh.
And the door is closed. They've kept it closed to try to shield themselves from the inferno that's out in the hallway.
All right. Well then, dimension door. I don't need to see with that one, do I?
You don't have to. You can do this because you can make a reasonable guess that there's a place for you on the other side of the store. Sometimes you can do this and it's potentially dangerous because you could kill yourself by doing it. So,
Well,
take a risk.
I'm going to think that the other side of the door would still be okay, and they probably not huddled around the door if they don't want to open it.
all right. You cast Dimension Door. I guess for fun, make an Arcana check.
Wait, who's fun? Your fun
My
or his fun? Okay.
Not our one.
21.
All right.
You pop in like precisely in the center of the room. The check was to see if you bowled over like a number of kids while you did this and like popped up on top of them or something. But you make like a very keen decision about where to pinpoint your location in that room. You pop up in this room where the flames haven't quite gotten in here, but there is an excessive amount of smoke. You see them all like coughing and choking. There's a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old, both boys, and then a mother who's trying to like instruct them to like get down, stay low to the floor, and she's trying to like bring about a sense of calm for them. They're kind of freaking out a little bit.
Are there any windows?
There is a window.
Okay. Can we get over to the window?
Sure.
This is second story.
Mm-hmm.
How far of a drop is it?
It would be like a, 15-foot drop.
Okay, is there anything soft to land on?
Not. I wouldn't say soft. A number of these houses had. I think I had described they had kind of like rose bushes and things like that. So I don't think that maybe break your fall, but then you're risking.
Thorns.
Yeah, they have some. It's pretty hardy looking branches on that tree. So what you wouldn't be taking like bludgeoning damage, but a bad fall, you might pierce a vital organ or something.
Okay, guys.
Which would be fine for you as an adventurer, but these are common folk.
Okay, guys. take one of yous out with Dimension Door, but I can't cast this spell enough to take all three of yous.
And they're just like, okay. That's
The
a
other
lot of
ones-
information.
We will be down below, and it's a 15-foot drop. Those of us that go down will be down there to try and cushion your drop when you come down. The two kids are lighter. Will be able to catch you better.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're dimension dooring the mother.
Yes.
Okay, so you bring her down. That would be no
Okay.
problem. And then the kids are like looking down and a little fearful. Why don't you make a persuasion check?
He's got a dino head on.
Well, I'm hoping the mother can persuade them as well, because she can assure them that it will be better to jump. Persuasion?
Yes.
What was that?
So you should be good at this because you're.
Plus 10.
You're Bard, right?
Oh, plus 15.
Whoa.
That's 23.
Okay, you didn't even need to make the check apparently because you're bonus alone.
I am very good at
Yeah.
persuasion.
So the kids, the kids start to drop. Roll me an athletics check to see about catching them.
This is not a plus 15.
This is where my skill set is.
17.
Okay,
Ooh.
you catch the 10-year-old goes first. You grab him and set him down. Give me another one for the 7-year-old.
The mother is helping me.
Yes.
10.
You catch him, but he kind of bowls you over a little bit, and he breaks his arm basically from the fall.
Oh,
But he's fine. I mean, he'll survive.
better than burning out.
They thank you. The two kids kind of like go in and like give you a hug, and they say thanks, Dino Man.
One's trying to lift his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like with the left arm, like
Put it in a sling.
He's
It's
kind
the
of
first thing
whimpering
that-
a little bit,
It's not from the adrenaline.
and Azad, you hear the same kind of thing. There's a building that's on fire, a residential home.
Okay.
And you hear somebody crying for help.
All right, I'll go in that direction.
And you walk into the building, which is engulfed in flames. And pretty much right away you can see what had happened was a man was trying to like get out of his home, but like the roof like came crashing down. He's pinned under this burning the support beams of his home.
Oh boy.
Winston just redeemed a critical hit. Let me know who you want that for.
Okay. Well, I have my protection from energy on, so I'm gonna go and try to help this person lift the beam off of him, accepting whatever fire damage might come my way. So you want a strength or something like that? Or?
Yeah. Well, Winston, do you want this critical? Well, I'll translate that into a critical success, like a skill check. I'll give a 20 on the die.
Okay.
You want it for this?
Through the delay.
Oh yeah, we're on a delay. Okay. Well, yeah. Why don't you give me a strength check in the meantime, at least? Oh yeah, he says sure.
Okay.
So
it'll be
you-
a 26 or whatever.
lift this up, and he's able to kind of crawl out from underneath it, but he's badly wounded from this. He looks like he's probably going to need some assistance, probably to like get out.
So do I take some fire damage from that?
Not with this critical hit,
Okay.
you kind of like deftly like throw it aside.
So yeah, then I'll get his arm over my shoulder or whatever, I'll put a cure wounds on him as we're like walking out.
Okay. Well, with your cure wounds, that'll help enough that he can kind of go on his own with you, and you get him out safely.
All right, cool.
Klaus, you see, it's not a residence, but it's like, it looks like it was probably like the carpentry guild, like house. In the whole place, you can just see flames are like shooting out the windows. And there is definitely like screaming of a number of voices from within.
Okay. Is it like a 1-story building or 2-story?
Yeah, it looks like a 1-story kind of like long building.
Okay. And does it look like I can get through the front door, or are there flames right there?
It doesn't look like. Give me a perception check.
What's perception?
It would be a wisdom roll.
10.
Okay. No, there's nothing that suggests to you that like you couldn't get past it because of heat or flame. The door is closed.
Okay. I'm gonna have Clay No Face come out and open the door for me because he's made out of clay.
He's just like, "You crazy?
Come on, buddy. I haven't used you for anything
I'm
yet.
just a little doll. Oh, okay, I'll try." And he gets up, he climbs out. This little, like, 8-inch tall doll is just like, and he's trying to push against this door. And there's just no way.
You're gonna get poor Clay No Face.
Put a nice
You're gonna
weight
get
on
melted, yeah.
He just looks up at you, or you, at least you think so. And he's, "Klaus, I'm not working.
All right.
I need some help."
All right, get back in the bag.
Okay. Just climbs up and scurries into the bag.
Doesn't clay like turn into like porcelain when you cook it?
Oh, I don't know.
Put it this glaze on
Yeah,
it.
right.
All right, I'll time to bust out the fireman's great axe, and I'm gonna bust the door down.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
24.
Okay, 24. Your axe goes cleaving through the wooden door, and you do this a number of times until like a strip of wood kind of comes cleanly off, and you can see that there's actually a bunch of debris that has fallen right in front of the door, making it that you wouldn't have been able to open it had you tried.
Okay.
So it's not Clay No Face's fault.
Yeah.
There was some blockage. But hacking away, you'd be able to like basically create like a window where you climb in
Okay.
and over this debris that has fallen from the ruined ceiling.
Yeah, he's just a statue now. I'm gonna start going in, but I want to look up and see if there's any more beams that are about to fall, or that I can. I mean, I'm sure it looks bad, but
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
oh man, 6.
Okay. Not that you can see, but it is very heavily obscured. Like you almost can't really see because of how thick the smoke is.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna.
hear some coughing in the distance.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way over that pile of debris and see if I can find anybody by following the coughing. Or
Okay.
I'll yell out too and say, "I'm here to help" or whatever. And
Give me so as you're moving like towards those voices, you hear like cracking of like wood and stuff like that, and a bunch of like you hear like the ceiling give way. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
ouch, 5. Can I use shield if this is gonna hurt me really bad?
The shield won't be enough because this isn't an attack.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just falling debris.
Do you have Indomitable?
Yeah, I do.
If you wanted, you could use that.
Yeah, let's do that.
What's that?
Rerolls.
Oh,
You gotta be, it balanced on 19 and then rolled over to 3 again.
You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
And this debris is like on top of you as well. So you're
Okay.
kind of pinned. It all drops down on you, and you get like thrown prone to the ground. You got all this, you know, the seal or the ceiling and the roof has collapsed like on top of you.
Okay. Is it still my turn?
We'll come back to you,
Okay.
Reggie. You. You see another. You're in a residential area, so you see another house.
Yeah.
This one is maybe a little bit larger than the one that these two went into. This is like a 3-story. Looks like a wealthier abode.
Okay.
And it's up in flames. You know, give me a perception check.
That'll be a 10 plus 6, I believe, so 16.
16. Okay. You don't really hear any voices or yelling coming from this house.
I'll get closer and call out if anybody needs any help. See if there's a response from anyone.
You call out and you don't get a response from anyone in the house, but there's like a voice from behind you that says, "Friend of Klaus, did you get it?" And you hear that's Zalgron's voice. You turn around and you can see the corpulent body of this pig-faced devil wearing robes, and he's got a walking stick, and he's looking at you, and he says, that item, it must come with me to Avernus."
Why?
It is imperative, Reggie, that it comes to us to help prevent, to help us defend the 9 hells and bring order back to this world. I've done my research. I know who you four are, or I know who you two are, you and Klaus. Your names are being celebrated in Avernus for what you did on your world. We are no friends of Asarak.
Well, that's good, because he's not good. But we heard a lot about you and your folks, and I just don't I don't feel comfortable with you having this ring, because there's clearly some terrible stuff happening. You also hypnotized our good friend and put a spell on him and led us into a trap, and it was just, why would you do all this and then try and appeal to my ignorance? I'm offended, sir, that you would take this route, and I'm not letting you go anywhere. And I'd like to cast Bigby Hand to hold on to him.
Okay. So this will be a DC 17 for him. He's got to make a saving throw. Devils.
Bacon tonight, boys.
He's ugly. Just wait till you meet him.
Might be disease or something.
You cook anything enough, it's good.
He has advantage on saving throws against spells and other effects.
That doesn't look good enough.
Doesn't look good enough. You got him.
Yeah.
And he's held, and he's like struggling. He says, "Reggie, you want to go home? We have a way to bring you home.
You have a way to bring me home?
We have," he says, that they have a portal in Avernus, and that Zariel's sentinels would be powerful allies. We'll go back to Klaus, who's under the flaming debris. What would you like to do? At the beginning of your turn, you take some fire damage.
Okay.
2 points of fire damage.
2 points.
2.
Right. I've had a couple ideas here, and now I'm not sure. Chromatic orb gives you choice of cold, fire, electricity, acid, poison, or thunder. You only get one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I cast it at second level and use thunder, would that potentially rumble some of this debris, break it, loosen it up, and move it?
Yeah, I'll play it that way.
Okay. Or I also thought about if I could do cold and fire, I'd cast the cold part on me and then add more fire to the wood to get it gone.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to choose one.
All right, I'll try the thunder thing.
Okay. Why don't you give me an attack roll?
Okay. And would this just be a plain attack? None of my fighter bonuses.
You would be adding your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Uh, 21.
All right. You use the second level chromatic orb, and I'm kind of being pretty liberal with, just so people know, like it's not how this spell works, but you're using a higher level spell slot and you're choosing the thunder, so we'll say that you kind of, with your hands you're kind of restrained, but you pull them forward and you are able to manifest this thunderous orb that kind of blasts up, kind of creating enough of a shockwave that some of the stuff breaks up and kind of splinters off enough so that you can free yourself now.
Sweet. I'd be back up on my feet by now. I think I'm gonna get out of this place. I don't think I can help anybody out here without dying with them. Especially with imagining how much sawdust and stuff is in a wood shop. I probably picked the worst place to go to help. So I'm going back, all me, clay, no face.
Okay, so you nope on out of there. One of the three of you all went into a smoky building. Give me a Constitution save to see how the smoke affected you.
21.
Okay, you're okay.
13.
You have a level of exhaustion.
I'm not going in any more
There'll
buildings.
be disadvantage on skill checks.
Okay.
And how about Klaus?
What am I checking? What's the
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution? Okay. 11.
You also have a level of exhaustion, which translates into disadvantage on skill checks.
Okay.
So back to Reggie.
Mhm.
You've got him held. It seems like he hasn't done anything more.
Okay.
You're just using the hand to restrain him, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And squeeze to a level of discomfort.
Okay. You can see him squirming a bit. He definitely does not like being held, but he's still like talking with you and telling you. He's trying to allay your concerns about the ring being with them.
I'll ask if he had anything to do with the fire in this town.
He says, "No. It is a pity what has happened here. This town has been quite valuable to Crux. Crux has been very valuable to us in Avernus. Long have we been allowed to trade and do deals here. This is not a win for us."
Are you behind the death of the World Tree?
Of course not.
Who is?
That
Squeeze
is-
tighter.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It is a mystery, even all the way up the hierarchy, all the way up to the highest of the devils. Now let me go.
I am going to cast Zone of Truth on him.
Okay. He will resist that. That will be a 20-something.
And 14.
And on his turn, let me look something up. Restrained. This one rather for him. He begins to utter an incantation. And he casts Dominate Monster on you.
Okay.
Or Dominate Person. So you need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
22.
Okay, you succeed. So you can tell he's trying to use magic to influence you.
All right, then I am going to cast Flesh to Ice on him.
All right. This will drop the Big B hand.
That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, the rain. Did the big B sand and this? Okay.
Okay, so he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Which he saves. He gets a 22. So, on a successful save, the creature isn't affected.
Crap.
And it is at this point that the three of you see Reggie dealing with this devil that you recognize to be Zalgaron. You just took a turn. We're gonna have Zalgaron take a turn, and then I'll bring you guys. I'm not running rolling initiative here. We'll just play it out like that. So the Big B hand drops as you try to go and turn him to ice.
Yeah.
And he tries Dominate Person again.
Okay.
Another Wisdom saving throw.
I am immune to being charmed, if that's a charm thing.
Oh. Okay.
My aura of devotion has a charm.
Let's see if he's aware. Okay, he would know that. So he tried it once, it didn't work. Instead, he tries to cast Feeble Mind on you.
Okay.
Oh,
Something Reggie doesn't have. He has a strong and fit mind. runs laps with his mind.
You blast the mind of a creature you can see. Target takes 46 psychic damage and makes an intelligence saving throw.
Wait, I like just straight up take 46
You
damage.
straight up take the damage.
Not 46, but 4d.
4d.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
You take 11 points of psychic damage.
okay, cool.
And then you make an intelligence saving throw.
All right, so. Hang on. Intelligence. And that's a spell, right?
Yep.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Nothing else happens. Azon, you see there's obviously signs of conflict happening here.
Alright, well, I'll just do what I do best and start lofting arrows and doing my cool little, like, teleport and stuff. So I'll shoot him 26 to hit.
Yep.
And then I'll use my bonus action to add some force damage to that. So he'll take...
First, make DC 19 Wisdom saving.
Wisdom?
Yep.
DC 19?
Yes.
Do I get advantage on saving throws from being by you? Plus
Plus
1?
If you're within 10 feet.
I failed.
Okay. You're aiming. It's a bow.
Yep.
He's in your crosshairs, but then something is like messing with you, and you just turn a few.
Well, I do have a
degrees.
ring of mind shielding. Does that help me at all with this?
You also can't be charmed or frightened if you're within 10 feet.
I don't know. I don't remember what
It's
the
not exactly. It's not really charm.
Okay.
He's not. It's just you're redirecting this attack.
Okay.
This one attack.
Okay. He redirects one, and I'm aiming it at him.
Yep.
No, no.
26 hit you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not using my bonus action on this one though, because I'm aware that I'm doing it. Right.
Yeah. It's just
Okay.
it's a reaction to the one attack,
All right. So you would take 9 damage.
and then as soon as that happens, it's like because it's a split second thing, you're able to like.
I'm really ruining this whole trust thing.
Yeah.
All right. Now
What's the deal?
My second attack at him does a 31 hit.
That'll hit.
All right. This one I'm going to add some damage to. 14, 15, 21, 21 damage. 14 of it being force damage. 7 of it just being normal magical damage.
All right.
Then I say, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
It's okay. I'm used to it by now.
It's the second time I've attacked you. So that's basically all of the actions I can take. I'm still staying like a reasonable amount away from him in terms of like, I just want to be about like 40 feet away from him, but like teleporting back and forth.
Sure. Dino. You just saved these kids, and down the street you can see Reggie and Zalgron in a battle, and now Azad has just kind of blipped in a few times and taken a few shots into the fray.
Oh, there's more people to save. Oh, these guys are getting into a fight. So, how far away am I?
We'll say 80 feet.
Oh, so quite a ways away.
Well, down the street.
Well, I will come down the street as far as 30 feet. And then I'm going to cast Chain Lightning on him.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Hmm?
Do I need to make a dexterity saving throw? It's gonna save.
Okay. He'll still take damage though. He'll take half, I think. You roll.
I just rolled.
the damage. No, you.
No,
it's
I
not
just
like
need your
that.
damage.
You just
Huh?
roll the
I
damage.
just need
Oh.
your damage.
What is that?
Cliff doesn't play that much anymore, so
Yeah,
Rusty.
kind of rusty. We got here 10d8.
I have a handful of D8s if you want them. Here's 4.
Okay, while you're figuring that out, I'm gonna go to Klaus.
I'll do 7.
You got her? I'm pretty far away still.
Yeah, you're like same deal, like maybe 80 feet from this conflict that is happening.
I'm gonna move up to 60 feet away from him, and I'm casting this because I think he would have a weakness to iron or silver as a devil.
Maybe you do.
I
You
don't
have no
know.
reason to believe that, though.
I know, but I do. I do.
Okay.
Trying to use something that he won't be able to just.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what it was? A cloud of daggers.
Cloud of daggers. Okay. Dexterity saving throw for me.
I roll attack. Oh, you're talking to him.
No, I think cloud of daggers is maybe dexterity save.
Here, I can tell you. I guess I didn't read that part.
Total up to 47. So
No, it just happens. So you roll 44 slashing damage.
Okay, 44.
What was it?
It was 47. So
47 was the total. Okay.
So 23.
21 damage on daggers.
All right. He's getting hit from. He's kind of blindsided by the three of you kind of coming into this conflict a little bit. See, yeah, gets electrocuted and all daggers are like cutting them all up. Reggie, what would you like to do?
do you smell him?
I'll
Oh, in the story.
I'll take out my sword.
Fried him with the.
I'm not trying to
Carving him.
kill him.
There you go.
I want to ask him more questions, but I want him to a point where he can't try and charm us or possess us anymore. So I'm gonna attack him, but I'm gonna go after limbs, if I may.
Okay. You can do that. Make an attack roll.
Okay. 17.
That will not hit.
Okay. I'll do my extra attack. 16. Awesome.
You like hit, your sword is hitting him, but it's like to no avail.
Great.
And then his head kind of like shoots back towards looking at both you and you. Make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, I gotta do that at a disadvantage.
No, that's not a skill check.
Oh,
This is a
it's not.
saving throw.
Okay.
But and
How
are
close
we
are you?
with?
He's 60 feet away, and you're about the same. I think.
Okay. Then no.
Jeez.
Any chance I can use a bardic inspiration?
Not right now. On your turn, you can.
11.
Okay. And what did you have?
I had 6, but I'm going to use my other indomitable.
Okay.
I hope this works.
No, wait a minute. You said that's
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. 11.
Oh no.
All right.
3.
You both take 26 necrotic damage,
Oh.
and you can just feel you are blinded. You can't see anything.
Oh no.
And then, as he does that, he's taking an attack with his left arm. A claw comes out of his robe and is coming at Reggie.
Okay.
17
Miss.
will miss. And then at the same time as he's whipping around barbed tail comes out
Mm.
and is coming at you. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit you for 10 slashing and 33 force for a total of 43 damage.
Yikes.
And then it is
All right.
Azad's turn.
Well, I'll keep just blipping around over here and attacking him. So the first attack is a 27 to hit, and I make my
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. The next attack's also going to be a 29. Let me remember that. Alright, wisdom saving throw fails. 16 only.
Okay, that same kind of thing. Like he's somehow playing with like your perception or something, and then you shoot at Reggie.
10 damage. And then the second attack, the 20 it was the 29.
29.
I'll use the bonus action to add some force damage to that. So 23 damage total.
All right.
Sorry, friend. I don't know if I have not the willpower to not attack this ugly thing.
He kind of chuckles. He's like, Reggie, this could be over. We could be allies. There's no need for conflict here. And then, Dino, it's your turn.
I'm blinded.
You are blinded.
Okay. I'm going to cast mislead,
Okay.
and
So what does it do?
well, it basically makes me invisible, and
Okay.
at the same time it makes an illusionary double of me. It appears where I'm standing, so I'm kind of wandering around blind, I suppose, but there's an illusionary double of me where I was.
Okay. So you are invisible, and your double is there. And you can see through your double now. Any bonus actions or movement?
I'm going to move closer, so I'll be within 30 feet of him or something like that. But
All right. Klaus.
Man,
You're blind.
I'm so blind right now. Shut up, Bixby. If I just went straight to my bonus action heal, is there potential that would be enough hit points to restore my vision? Or is it not?
You'd have to have something to cure that condition.
Okay. What should I do, guys? I'm blind.
Run up to where you last saw him and swing your.
That sounds like a
Magical.
horrible idea. I'd be more
I
willing.
think it's the best idea.
I'm 60 feet away from him still.
Oh, that is a bad idea.
I do have I do have archery
Oh yeah.
equipment.
Oh, great. Thanks,
The
buddy.
guys that can see are having a tough time.
I kind of want to take a blind shot with an arrow.
Well, at least move up to 30 feet closer to him. So that's.
I don't know which way that is.
You know
Klaus
that-
is just gonna glitch and like start like running into the burning wall.
It's a wall with him.
It's a Fortnite noob thing. Yeah, I want to do that just for entertainment purposes. I'm going to take a shot at him with the. I don't know if I had a crossbow or longbow. I don't think it matters really though, number wise, does it?
It would matter on the range and things like that, but I think you had a crossbow that you like threw on the ground as soon as you found that sword.
No, I threw. I thought I threw my small axe down. Or was it
No,
a crossbow?
yeah, you're like, I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm a melee guy. I don't need this crap.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. I still have my longbow.
That is something I would say.
It's coming back to you.
I feel like you just want to dash up to him.
How? Gonna dash 60 feet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean,
Sounds like a good way to die.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Since when have you been concerned with that?
You're dashing and kind of you're hoping in a straight, like you don't hit anything on the way, so that's good news. And you're kind of listening. You're using your ears and give me a perception check. Maybe that's how we'll resolve this.
no, my checks never work.
They have not been great.
And there's a disadvantage because you're exhausted.
That's right.
Oh, great.
Thanks, Joe.
I'm sorry. I think it'll be funnier.
First
when
one's
he starts running into the wall glitch.
first one's 15.
Okay, that's good.
Second one's 16.
Okay, you managed to do this. Like you feel like you following. He's in Delgron's in dialogue with Reggie right now, so you're just following his voice and you beeline it over there.
Okay.
Reggie, it's your turn.
I'd like to cast Wall of Ice in a dome over him, so that we can stop fighting, but kind of contain him for a moment.
So it's like over you and him and Klaus.
I'd like to have it just be over him, or is that not possible?
I guess I have to look at the spell again. I'm not sure.
I can form it in a hemispherical dome or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet.
Okay, up to. So I'm going to say, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got a dome of ice around him.
I can treat him like this.
I can't get him with my Githyanki sword.
It is
Unless
his
it goes
turn.
through ice. I don't know.
Fireball erupts.
Doesn't have to hurt him to. Oh wait. That
No.
won't.
This is going to affect Klaus. Klaus, you're blind. I'm not sure you can see it. But I'll give you a saving throw at disadvantage. And then dexterity saving.
Does the ice slow down that fire?
The ice is vulnerable to fire, and I'm assuming this damage is going to burn through that. I only need to roll 15 damage for that to happen.
All ones. All ones.
Yeah, all ones would have been what it would have had to be.
So Dex.
Yeah,
Both of them.
At disadvantage?
for you, disadvantage.
Will this be considered a spell or magical effect?
Yes.
Something tells me this is going to be bad because I just had 20.
19.
3.
Okay. You save, you fail. You'll end up taking 12 points of fire damage, and you'll take 24. So that's what happens is you try to encase him in a nice big explosion of flame, and it just kind of blows up in the area, and he just is not looking pleased.
You just said we didn't have to fight!
And he says, "You will treat with me in good faith, or not at all. I will not be treated like a prisoner." And then, Azad, it's your turn.
Does a 32 hit?
Uh,
Possibly Reggie.
possibly.
20 wisdom saving
Okay,
throw.
you make the wisdom saving throw.
All right. So I'm hitting him for 8,
Let's see, what is
14.
pay the toll? Just redeemed a critical failure against Reggie.
What?
Take an additional 12 fire damage.
Oh
I got your back. Pay the toll. You want to be on my side?
Not cool.
no! All right. So that first attack's for 14 damage.
All right.
Then the next one is a 20 hit.
No.
It's like sad.
And then it is Dino's turn.
Dino cast polymorph on him.
Polymorph.
Yeah.
That is wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna save. He is a very big number. 23.
All right.
All right.
Let's try it out.
You're not blind anymore. Well, I guess you already knew that, but you are no longer blinded.
Okay.
Welcome back.
And you're
Oh,
standing right
your
next to
your
him.
double thing is gone then.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
What was the deal with that sword that I grabbed?
It's BA in the most awesomest ways.
+2 great sword. Silver great sword.
I thought it was +3.
Maybe it was +3.
Oh, I think I still have. Yeah, I would have had that out when I was blindly running towards him. I'm gonna attack with that, and I'm also gonna say, if you were so good or something like that, you'd help all these people. Fire doesn't hurt you. And then I'm swinging as I say that.
What the?
18
That's great.
Miss.
again. 23.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Were you adding all the stuff and like the +3 into that and stuff?
No, I was just adding my +10. I forgot about the +3.
Yeah. So
Well, either way.
the first one would have been a 21, not an 18.
Oh,
21 would hit.
okay.
What was that? Was that 4d6 or something?
No.
Let me look.
2d6
Yep.
Plus strength.
plus strength plus the 3 from the magical bonus.
Oh boy. 16 damage on the first one. Uh, 11 damage on the second.
All right.
And I got one more hit here. 16.
Don't will miss.
Okay.
All right. Back to Reggie.
All right. If he's gonna be that way, I'm gonna swing at him. For 27.
Yep.
And he's a fiend, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. For 13 damage. Then I'll swing again. For 22. For a total of 19 damage.
All right. On his turn, he
Oh, I forgot to heal.
uses
Again.
Poison Mind on the two of you, so Wisdom saving throws.
You have a +1.
17.
All right. You fail.
20.
You succeed. So nothing happens to Reggie. Klaus, you take 26 necrotic damage, and you were blinded.
I really wish I wasn't a fighter anymore.
You don't want to be a lover instead.
No, it just like doesn't matter. Armor or anything.
He's going to
And all
hit-
my strength is in strength, not wisdom.
Yeah.
His claw attack comes swinging at Klaus. It's a 28 to hit for 44 necrotic damage. Then his tail is coming at Reggie, which will miss. And then he takes off. He flies 40 feet. You can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
I would like. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I don't know. That would be a 20 crit.
Oh, natural 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 will hit. Has to.
Has to. 49 plus 6, 55.
55. Okay, as he's about to make his escape, and you throw off the Lightbringer sword, which cuts through him, and then you can just see his whole form just kind of like, it's like a minor little pop of light, and it's almost like this like rift kind of opened up, and you can kind of see like flame exhume his body, and like all the ashes are getting sucked through this little like rip in the realm that sucks him through, and then it seals itself up.
Back to the nine hells with you, Zargar Rah Rah.
Pig face.
Pig face. Suppose we don't get sad because we don't get to eat that.
No hands.
The remnants.
Just birds.
Probably smells like pork rinds though in the air.
I'll run up over and are you gonna heal him?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a level 4 cast or a level 4 cure wounds on my boy over here. So 26.
I'm awake. I say, it was so much easier when I was dead.
But it's fair.
Why'd you bring me back?
Why?
I did not.
We're still on this tree.
So the city is still on fire. You've saved a couple of the townsfolk. You dealt with Zalgron, but the wider inferno is not contained at all. What would you like to do?
I continue looking for people to rescue.
Okay. And how about the rest of you?
I was heading towards the town square to see if there's any semblance of order anywhere, like maybe organized firefighting instead of just this sort of haphazard run into flaming buildings.
That's what I was just thinking. Maybe a unified effort instead of
All right. And Klaus?
I'm just following him. I think I'm probably pretty worn out.
All right. Dino is moving through some more residential areas, kind of doing the same routine that you've been doing. The rest of you might manage to get to the town square, where you can see that there's like a man who looks like he's like military, or he's got a uniform on, and he's like trying to like organize little squads to go to different parts of the city, but there's so much blaze that is happening. It's overwhelming. You don't get the sense that this isn't something that routinely happens, and so they don't really have a contingency plan to deal with this. So you just see this one person kind of being just throwing out orders kind of instinctually. It's not like he's following some kind of plan or something. But you can see also in this area, the blacksmith shop that you had gone to is up in flames. The inn.
Do we see Marlis anywhere?
No. You don't see Marlis, you don't see Vargas the blacksmith, you don't see Veritas Mauve here.
Can I ask the guy that's trying to organize things how the fire started?
He says, you run up to him, he's like, nobody knows. It was like a sudden succession of explosions. It was almost like the entire place went up in flames instantaneously. There was no time to do anything to prevent this. We don't know what's going on. Any help you can provide would be greatly appreciated.
Where's like a water supply?
He says, I can tell you're all cagers. so you're probably not accustomed to how we live life up here. It's not as if we have a well or something. All of our water really comes from, we just lay out these big sheets of fabric that collect the dew. And so water is really scarce. We have to basically import most of it.
So this is really, really, really bad.
So we're not going to be able to stop this fire. It's
So
just saving people from.
Saving people.
Well, let's get on it.
I suppose.
More saving lives. Yeah.
Can I do so with Sleet Storm? Can I move it within one charge, or will it take another charge to move it each time?
You take a charge every time.
I'll ask the guy if he's seen Marlis anywhere.
He says, I haven't.
If you do plan to use the sleet storm, let's get a bunch of buckets too. Yeah. Or in the area if you use it. That's right.
Dino, give me another Constitution saving throw.
Uh, 18.
Okay. You save a number of people. You're going in and out of buildings, and you manage to, not inhale too much of this smoke. You're getting faster. You're getting methodical about how you're going about saving these people. Maybe about like 4 houses in, you've just exited your 4th house, and there's this cat that like nips at your ankle. And it's like, it seems like it kind of moves like maybe 10 feet away from you and is like looking at you.
I think he wants me to follow. I follow him.
Okay. So you guys are kind of like talking with the guy, like coming up with a plan of like how to deal with things, and then you see this cat and Dino. It seems to be like following this cat right through the town square.
Just picturing a guy in a dinosaur suit chasing a cat.
While the town's on fire.
Yeah. Hi, kitty.
Wait up, kitty!
The guard is like, that's Veritas's cat. Have you seen Veritas?
He's taking me someplace. I following him.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Smart
Okay.
cat, smart cat.
Yeah.
I trust him.
He's like too busy to like really process that. And he says, yeah, and then he just like starts barking out orders.
Into the blacksmith shop I want to go.
Oh, okay. How about the rest of you? You're following the cat.
I'm gonna go to the inn.
Okay.
Start helping people there.
I asked the guy we're talking to if there's any where you guys get your ale.
Gotta save that place.
He points out the
No.
the vintner's. There's a winery basically, and he points it out.
I mean, there's a lot of water there, and most beer and wine does not burn. We could use that to make a dent with.
Okay. So you're gonna go there and try to like collect some
Get a
supplies
bunch
and-
of people to help me start carrying barrels, on little trailers or hand carts or whatever, and we'll start.
Yeah, you can do that. We'll start with Azad. You move into, you can see the blacksmith shop is up in flame. And when you move inside, what you see is the whole place is in disarray. You can see like the evidence of like scorch marks and things like that on the walls. And while the building itself is on fire, you can see that the Vargas is in here, and he's pinned to the wall by the anvil. Like you can see like evidence of like scrape marks that have marred the wood, almost like some kind of great force like shoved this against him. He's pinned. He's unconscious. He's like his big burly body is just draped over it.
Does it look like he's like alive and just unconscious, or does he?
He's shallowly breathing, and you can hear wheezing.
Okay.
And you see Gizmo is like on top of the anvil. It seems like feebly trying to like pull him free, and then Gizmo like swings its head over to you and goes,
Yeah. I want to go over and try to. I want to try to move the anvil. Whoa. Is it reasonable that I think I could move it myself?
I mean, it'd be difficult, but it's reasonable that you'd be able to move it enough to like get him unpinned.
Okay. First thing I want to do is try that, and if that doesn't work, I have another plan.
Okay. Give me a strength athletics check.
Crit 26.
Okay. That's one more than you needed. So I mean, it's so heavy, but you managed to move it just like a few inches enough that you can tell his body is loose.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Gizmo like, and for those that don't know, Gizmo is a little Modron that they had brought here to this blacksmith to try to repair it. It had undergone some damage, and so the Modron is pulling him, and you can see his body is loose.
So I'll drag him out, and then I want to, whenever it comes back to me, I do want to go in and investigate that explosion spot.
Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
10.
Okay. You have a level of exhaustion. You didn't have one yet, did you?
No.
Okay. So he's outside. He's coughing and hacking, but alive, but laid out on the ground, safely away from the blaze. Let's go to, you were checking out the inn.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the King's Table, which was the tavern that you had hung out with at the inn, you can see that there is one of those centaur-like creatures, a female, and a human who looks like a maid, are both calling out the name Flutteroth, Flutteroth, come out! It's not worth it. And you just see that they're like calling out the name of the barkeep.
Where did Flutteroff go? I'll ask them.
The barrier, who is the centaur-like creature, she looks at you and she says, the damn fool's inside. He's trying to put out the flames.
Just trying to save the building?
He's
or are
trying
there
to
people
save
in
his
there?
business.
Are there people in there too? Just
She
him?
says, no, it's just him.
Okay, I'll go get him.
Okay, so you bust through the door, and you can see him. He's kind of doing, I guess, what Klaus was suggesting. He's like throwing out his alcohol, like trying to quench the flame or whatever.
Yeah. Is he making any dent?
Yeah, he is. But you can see he's like coughing. He's trying to use his shirt to like give himself a filter, and you can just, the whole place just smells like alcohol because he's just dumping it everywhere.
Yeah. Flutteroff, you're never going to be able to put out enough flames, and you're just going to die of smoke inhalation. That's how people die in fires.
He's like, you get into this argument with him, and he says, no, this business, I lived for too long to make this business here, and I will not succumb to these flames. You can give a persuasion check.
Okay.
Let's see.
19.
Okay. He says, fine, I'll go with you, but first we have to get my chest set.
Your chest set?
It's very important. It's the only thing I have from my family.
Get chest is very...
Where is it?
And he says it's up in his bedroom.
It's upstairs?
Upstairs.
All right, you go out. I'll go get your chest set.
Okay. So he does so. And you go up and save this guy's chest set. Give me an investigation check.
20.
Okay, you find it. He's got it tucked like underneath his clothes and stuff in his little chest, and you grab it and you get outside. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
24.
Okay, you're good. Klaus, you enact your plan, and you kind of get a number of these casks of wine and things like that, and you instruct the guard to like kind of dole this out. And you see, there's a number of you would like ask for carts, and there's like a woman rolls up on this cart that's being pulled by this gigantic like beetle insect, and she kind of like pulls in the reins, and she kind of like gives you a little salute, and she says, I hear that you need some help. You got a solution. Put out this fire. Wow, that's some brainy work, my friend. Here, let me give you a hand. Like she jumps off. She's kind of a comely looking woman, maybe like in her early 30s, and she's got her brown hair pulled back in a ponytail, and she just like grabs a cask all on her own. She looks pretty like strong and brawny. She starts throwing them into the back of this cart. She's like, come on, keep up.
This is Klaus right there.
Yeah. Beetle drawn sleigh. I say, wow, that's some impressive strength there, ma'am.
She says, ain't nothing impressive about it. Nothing, hard work. We'll get you in this condition. You'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Keep at it.
So it seems like this is where you can see that this is getting to like the areas that they need to, and like they're using the massive quantity of liquid is going way better than the other tactics that they've been using to douse the flame.
Maybe Klaus will have a statue there. Ooh. As the man that wasted all the food to save the town.
That one's
Tough choices had to be
that was Dry County.
Yeah. So, Dino, you are following the cat, and the cat is taking you kind of right towards the. Winston, thanks for the cheer. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge that.
Yay!
And he put you over the edge for an automatic success. So you have one automatic success that you could use as a
Collectively?
team. Oh. Yeah, you can kind of choose when you want to use that. If there's like a check that you're like, this is do or die, like you could invoke that.
Nice.
So you're being led by this cat who's taking you up to the trunk of the tree. When you first got here, I described that there basically looked like there was like a fortress or a garrison built right into the trunk of the tree. You can see like little guard posts and things like that that jut out overhead. And when you get there, you can see that the big, massive, these double doors that would have been carved right into the hull of the tree have since, they're not on their hinges. They're not blocking the portal that leads into the garrison. They're laying on the ground, obliterated into ash.
So is the trunk itself on fire as well?
Not in the same way that the town is, but you do see like smoke kind of billowing out of those little watch posts.
Okay.
So you don't see like an open flame, but there's evidence that there's some kind of internal fire damage.
Has the cat entered in there?
The cat hasn't entered, but it's like using its head to like gesture towards it.
All right, I will go in and start calling to see if anyone will answer.
You go inside past where the grand doors should have been, and you can see that you're in this grand hall, and there are scorch marks that mar the archway. There's a sulfuric scent that lingers in the air. Once inside, you can see that the ceiling stretches some 40 feet high, and as you look up, you can see that the ceiling above you, it looks like that circular formation of the tree's growth rings. So it's kind of like this section of the hall is like hollowed out, but then the floor is the same pattern. It's like that's what the floor is just like the cut it like a wedge, burrowed out inside the tree, both top and bottom. you can see along the walls of where like the inside bark is, there's kind of these motifs etched into the wall. And each of the etchings is like basically depicting like the life cycle of a tree, from like a seedling to sapling all the way up to like a big grand elder tree, both on the left and the right. All around the room there's heavy smoke, and you're looking about and there's bodies laying about of the garrison guard. And then there's a grand staircase that leads up to like a balcony, maybe some 20 feet up, and then a set of double doors beyond that.
So there's no no indication of what caused these individuals to die, since I don't even, all I see is smoke. I don't see any flame.
You're looking about, you can see that their skin is all bubbly and boily. You know, their hair is burned off. It's just scarred tissue from intense heat.
It was like a fireball. I will. There's a stairway that goes up or something.
Yes.
Okay, I will go up, but I will cast invisibility on myself as I head up the stairs.
You begin to head up the stairs, and then you kind of hear another whisper that's saying, "Chinua, Chinua." Make a wisdom saving throw.
No.
22.
Okay. You turn around and you see one of those ghastly, shadowy creatures that you fought in the Githyanki Keep. Those things that it basically looks like what a Dementor would look like if it didn't have the cloak to contain its form. It's just this mass of shadow.
You mean the big Patronus here?
These are the things after he picked up that sword that showed up, right?
Yeah. What would you do?
Do I seem to? Does this thing seem to know that I'm there?
It's like 5 feet from you.
But I'm invisible. Can it see me?
It's 5 feet from you. It's producing sound.
Okay. I am. Can I pass by it? Is there room to pass by it?
You try to pass by it, and it attacks you. 15.
That misses.
Okay, so you can see its outstretched arm tries to grab you as you try to pass by it.
Oh. I'm going to. I'm going to cast Misty Step, and so that I am transported beyond it, so that I can continue going in to try and dash by it to see if there's anyone alive in there.
Are you trying to go up the stairs, or are you trying to stay down by where the bodies are? In
I'm
the
going
grand
up the
hall?
stairs.
You're going up the stairs, okay. So you use your movement, which takes you 30 feet, and then you use Misty Step, which takes you 30 feet, and then you're dashing.
Yeah,
So
just
you're
stay ahead of that
okay.
creature.
So it's in pursuit, and it's like it takes its turn. Make another wisdom saving throw. It howls and screams, and you just keep hearing this voice, Chinua, Chinua.
Something Chilton.
17.
Okay. You take 12 points of psychic damage, but it's not. You blink out of consciousness, and you see yourself looking up at a clear blue sky, and you kind of you feel yourself. Your vision is kind of not affixed to any one location or anything, and then you see a man looking down at you. It's the same man that you saw in the previous session that was stabbing the baby. And it's looking down at you. You can see him kind of like, he kind of says, "Shh, Chinua, you will be with him soon." And you can see like a hand go over your eyes, and you feel a pierce, a stab. That's where the psychic damage comes from. When that happens, you take that damage.
Don't do that.
But then you like come out of it like pretty quickly, and you're back in the room, and you're kind of like thrashing about, like almost screaming or crying or wailing as this thing is attacking you. But then you gain control of your senses, and the thing is 10 feet away from you. So you're kind of like struggling or screaming at like nothing.
Have I made it up to the top of these stairs?
Yeah, you're at the top of the landing. The double doors are 15 feet away from you.
Okay, I rush through those double doors.
Okay. You rush through the double doors and you enter into a large dining hall where you see Marlis wreathed in flame. Her eyes are black, like this inky black. And to her left and to her right are two of these shadowy creatures who seemed like they turned their attentions to you. She's not looking at you while you enter the room. She has with her a drow who is shackled. And she's holding up to this large painting. It's a painting of Veritas Mauve, but she's holding up a jade bishop from a chess piece. And as she's doing that, the whole painting kind of like dissolves, and you can just see like this barren landscape and a ruined city beyond. And then you see, well, I'll stop there. What do you do?
So it would appear that she has something to do with the destruction of this town here, then.
I don't believe it.
Now, this is up in this fortress. So you said there were windows in the upper level of this
Yeah,
fortress.
so
Is
there
this-
are doorways that lead out of this room.
Oh, are there any windows that?
No.
Okay. I cast Bigsby's hand, and can that grasp only creatures, or can I grab
Oh, you
the
can,
item in her hand?
you want to grab that jade key?
Yes.
I guess you could. Bigsby's hand is like huge, but I'll allow it. Yeah. Is that what you're doing?
And then I'm gonna run out of the room and have
Okay.
the hand come in.
Give me a sleight of hand check at disadvantage. And since you're using the Bigsby's hand, I'll allow the bonus that you add to this check to be, if your spell check bonus is higher, you can take that.
$18.
Have her make a roll at disadvantage. She doesn't see you. Yeah, she maintains her. The Bigsby's hand like drops down, like tries to pluck it up, but she's maintained her grip. The Bigsby hand brings her up though. She maintains her grip on it. You don't wrest it away from her, but she's kind of hovering now a bit.
I'm still gonna run out.
Okay.
Hand gonna come with me. So I guess she's gonna be pulled along.
Okay. Now it's all of their turns.
No.
Like everyone else in there.
Yeah. So you've got the Alep that's out in the hallway. We'll go with him first.
I'm gonna die.
Yes. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Have faith, Dino.
18.
Hey.
Okay.
Start.
You save.
Did you
take
say
half
that the green, the jade was a chess piece?
It was, yeah.
A bishop chess piece.
And you're rescuing,
A chess piece.
so maybe your guy wants to get over there.
Maybe.
You take 9 points of psychic damage.
I know that.
She's gonna cast a spell on you. She casts Firestorm at 9th level.
OMG. She's like
What's
20th
that?
level. Who was this again?
Meredith or Marlis.
This was Marlis?
This is
She's an
Marlis.
evil, heinous.
Or she's possessed.
Dexterity saving throw.
Eyes are all black.
Yeah, she's probably
Somebody possessed this 20th level druid.
a level 2 ghost. Possessed of the.
That should tell you something. What is it that could possess someone that powerful?
Frickin' Acerak.
Ring wraiths. That's what I imagine.
14.
14.
So I take 2 damage.
2 damage.
That's it.
Hey, not bad. Clus would have been down already. He wouldn't even made it up the stairs. He would have started swinging his axe.
He's doing a lot of adding.
He was a good,
60 points of fire
he was
damage.
a good dinosaur.
Well, we have 2 dinosaur eggs. I mean, maybe one.
And there's 2 elves that were in the
Dino
room.
Jr.
Yeah.
They like move out into the landing, and you can see like pieces of
Not yet.
armor
Sewer.
is being pulled off of the guards and like wrapping around on them, and then they ignite into flames. And so this is what they look like.
Dino's whining.
Dino.
I'm never
Mortis,
gonna see
you know what?
Jolt.
I think I just realized what happened here.
We
guy
split
you
the
killed?
party.
No, the guy you killed did want to help, and these are maybe demons.
Could
We're
be.
seeing like the aftermath of.
See, you're piecing together a lot of
They
a
look
lot
like
of meta.
this.
Boy.
Okay.
If I can get the camera, like this fire.
Where's my
Reminder.
ring of elemental control?
Um,
Where's the fire truck when
So-
we need it?
They chase after you.
I'm running as fast as I can.
You moved like 60 feet, right? Or did you take? No, you took an action. You used the Bigsby hand. Okay, they still have to dash. They're right on you. Now you can go.
Um, I am going to
Run fast.
where am I located?
You're like on the staircase right now.
Okay,
You're like halfway down.
there's nothing blocking my way down the steps, are there?
There's the Alep, the ghost, the visage is down on the bottom.
Okay, I am running down and I do the misty step as I approach him so that I can get beyond him and continue to go.
All right. So you misty step like you're out the doors basically.
I'm running and screaming my head off for my companions.
All right.
Where's the cat?
So the rest of you were busy, like, doing your things that you were doing, and then, you rescue the guy, and you get his chessboard.
Priorities.
Priorities. You got the blacksmith out.
And I put Gizmo in my back.
Gizmo seems like at least he fixed Gizmo because Gizmo's up and operating, and then.
I'm flirting with the beetle.
Yeah,
The
you're
beetle.
running around like helping the people with dousing this flame. So some time happens. You can see it's not like the 10 minutes, 20 minutes have passed, and things are getting under control. The strategy is going to work, and then Dino comes into the town square, looking.
Almost dead.
The cat do that to you?
Haggard.
Some cat.
Yeah, some cat.
No, it's that. What's her name?
Marlis.
Marlis.
What?
She's up there with those ghosty spirit things, and she looks possessed, and I think she's the one that did this to the town.
Well, maybe she was searching for the thing that caused this, yeah? So maybe she found it and got from it, yeah?
Creepy. Wow.
She's got some strange chess piece that she's casting something or controlling something.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
couldn't understand it, but I tried to get it away from her.
Shall we go up there and
Alright,
take her house?
I want to ask the guy that I got all that information from if there's like any holy men or like wizards or somebody in town.
The closest thing that we had to a religious person was Marlis.
Oh,
Well, we've got Reggie.
he's pretty holy.
Yeah.
Torm does a lot. It's all Torm. I'm just a messenger, really.
Conduit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right.
Shall we go,
Torm can save everybody.
shall we go save Marlis from possession and ghost things?
I mean, we could try it.
Maybe we should short rest. I mean, the fire's getting a little under control here.
I don't know that we have that time.
6.
I'm just worried that this is an opportunity to maybe find out what's happening with all the weird, crazy possession stuff. And if we don't go up there, we maybe lose opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe we heal him and then we get up there.
That sounds good.
On the way, maybe we can heal him too.
What time is it, roughly? Like, what part of the day are we in?
I was kind of picturing that you were coming back at evening time because it was like kind of morning-ish when you got to the Githyanki place, and then you did a long rest there.
Yeah.
So, as best you can tell, it's not like there's daylight. There's not really like the cycles of day, but
Sure.
it was like the end of the active time for the people.
Yeah.
Did you say future Mrs. Kringle's name before?
Let's see. I think I gave her a name. Libor.
Libor. I ask her, do you want to get to the bottom of this fire and come with us?
She's still like kind of helping out because she's like running the carts.
That super strength, I mean, it could come in handy.
She says,
So
you'll be fine. I'm not an adventurer like you, but my talents are best served down here. So you take your big great sword and you go deal with whatever's going on up there.
Yes, ma'am.
Fancy fighter man in the sky.
All right.
Go.
So how do we want to patch our boy up here?
I can patch myself up. I
okay.
have a cure wounds and I'll cast it at a
Okay.
much higher level.
All right. Well, let's ready ourselves.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm maybe gonna do one of myself here.
Well,
I'm gonna do a level 3 on myself.
you need more hit points.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you some hit points.
I just picture a bunch of warriors sitting in a town, like writing this. Yes, I need more hit points.
22 for you.
Sweet.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. So you head back to High Point and you make your way through the doors and you see the scene that Dino described to you. Bodies everywhere in this great hall. You could imagine that in its proper state that guards would line these halls and patrol up and down the stairs. You could even maybe imagine Veritas giving some kind of speech up at the landing there or something, but now it is just charred black, and you see the staircase leading up.
Up the stairs.
Were the ghosts up the stairs?
One was on the stairs and some were up in the dining hall.
All right. So one of my things is undead, so I want to try to do the equivalent of tracking them. I guess this is one of my favorite enemies, so I would have advantage on trying to figure out if any are down here or whatever.
What are you tracking?
The ellipse, are they undead?
Yeah.
Sort of just looking for evidence of if they're down here.
You don't see them around
Okay.
in the Great Hall.
All right. I just wanted to make sure we don't get ambushed.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
All right, up the stairs we go.
You head up the stairs and you go into this dining room, long wooden table, and you see Veritas Mauve, who is the mayor that you talked to when you first came in. He's wielding a two-handed sword. And you can see he's doing battle with one of these fire things, and he's like, "Marlis, you're not yourself!" And he says, "What in the blazes did you do to Kestad? Where is he? Why did you free him?" And you could just see she's casting some spells, and they're doing battle against each other. And she talks, but it's not really her voice that you hear. It's like this low bass, a male voice, and it says, "Tenebras is shadow will not reveal the answers to that." And then she, her head snaps over to the four of you coming into the entryway, and this voice says, "Leave, and no harm will come to you. Stay, and the certainty of death will come much earlier than you may have anticipated."
Well, I anticipated that 5 minutes ago.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on her?
Sure. You get surface level thoughts?
Yeah.
Surface level thoughts are kill Veritas and kill the four of you.
Okay, I'd like to dig deeper. That's a wisdom save.
Dig deeper.
fails.
All right.
The deeper thoughts are. The deeper thoughts are help me.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that. Okay, I was basically just trying to make sure that
She was.
there's someone in there that we
Yeah.
can still
It's
save.
the female voice screaming, like, don't kill me.
Is there any memory of how she became possessed in there?
You see, I may have to retcon this later.
Okay, we could.
You see basically what looks like a tree branch of the world tree, but there's like a depression in it, almost like some kind of great force dropped on it and created like a crater in the tree branch. And there's like a grove that there's like almost like a forest that is growing on the tree itself, like smaller little saplings or whatnot. But then in the middle, where this depression is like all those trees are wiped out in the middle of the grove. And you can see like Marlis there. You can see a number of like the Ratatosk figures are about, and there are Allops. The visages, the shadowy visages, are kind of like everywhere in that grove. And then you see her, and her eyes go inky black, as well as a number of like the Ratatosk figures.
Okay. All right. Well, I can confirm she's possessed, but I don't know how to unpossess someone.
Do you know?
Leomund's tiny depossession.
I don't think dispel magic would work on that. Where are these spirit creatures located in this? This is a pretty big hall, right?
Now you're up in the dining area.
Yeah,
there's-
is this a pretty big room?
Yeah, it's we'll say it's a 30-foot by 50-foot room with a grand long table in the center, and they're on like the opposite side of the table,
Okay.
so like 30 feet away.
Where are these in location to her?
They're like 10 feet in front of her, like they're her front guard against Veridis's assault. They're defending her.
I'd like to be able to cast. Can I cast Fireball and hit them without hitting her?
Sure.
All right, that's what I'd like to do.
Okay, it would do potentially a little bit of damage to her. Okay, roll your damage.
10, 26. Oh. 21.
21. Okay. All right. She seems. I mean, the things that are wreathed in flame, of course, take no damage, and it seems like she's maybe she takes a mild bit of
Oh, so
damage.
it didn't hurt them. Huh?
No, they're composed of flame.
Oh, I thought they were spirit. I didn't think they were.
They remember I showed you this image of these things.
Oh,
They took on the form of flame, and the armor of all those guards like draped on top of them.
wasn't
So
there a drow or something too?
There was, and you did not see the drow anymore. Klaus.
What language was that the possessor speaking?
He was
Just common?
speaking common.
Would I perceive that it probably it spoke with an accent, a certain type of accent that's not its?
Nothing that would register any bells with you.
Okay.
Spoke with an accent of great evil.
Great evil. I'm gonna just cast first level hideous laughter. Wisdom, yeah, on her wisdom saving throw. Well, on the bad part of her, I guess. I understand we don't want to hurt her, but
Okay, she fails. Well, what's your save DC? Spell save DC.
you know what? I never looked.
Plus proficiency plus
What's that?
intelligence problem. Probably.
Plus, what?
8 plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh.
Plus your intelligence probably.
Intelligence modifier.
14.
Okay, yeah, she does fail. So, what is it? Tasha's hideous laughter?
Yeah. She laughs uncontrollably.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's what that is?
Something to that effect. Yeah.
Falls prone to laughter and is incapacitated for the duration.
Okay.
Each round, each time it takes damage, the creature can make a new wisdom saving throw.
So she drops down to the ground, and it's kind of like Dana Barrett from Ghostbusters, like a demonic laughter.
The tickle monsters there.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be terrifying for us, even though.
What did you do? Oh God!
There is no Marlis, only Tenor Promise. Reggie's turn.
So you had said that those fire guys are kind of like.
Yeah, they're like on the
In front of
opposite
her.
side of the table, and so you guys are like getting a profile vision of this battle.
Yeah.
You got Veritas, the Flame guys, and then Marlis, and that's all on the opposite side of the table.
Are the flame guys kind of in a row? Like as a line. in
Your
front of her?
perception, yeah.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
I'm seeing one of them, but there's multiple behind.
Right.
So
There's
I
two
would,
of them.
yeah, I would like to cast Wall of Ice in that exact line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. They must make dexterity saving throws.
Yep.
They both will fail.
10d6 of cold damage.
10?
10d6.
And are you wanting to do this so that there's a barrier between them and Veritas?
That is correct. So they take 34 cold damage.
34 cold. All right. Got it. So you do that. They take that damage, and then they
They get pushed back.
get pushed back, and they turn their attention off Veritas, and both of them kind of just move right through the table, and it ignites and flames, and then they turn their attention to you.
Of course. But I have Torm on my side.
Makes 3 attacks. Does a 20 hit?
Does.
Okay, 2 of them hit. First one does 7 slashing damage and 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And the second one does the same.
Okay.
Does that require concentration checks on your wall then?
Oh yeah, make a con save.
14.
You good. Okay, I've got a crit.
Ooh.
Ooh. You take 11 points of slashing damage and 11 points of fire damage. And then the other attack that hits, you'll take 7 slashing and 5 fire. Alright, and then
Feels good.
Marlis is laughing. She gets a saving throw at the end of her turn.
Yeah.
Okay. She stops laughing.
I think it's a saving throw if someone did damage to her to save.
That's one trigger, but also
Oh.
at the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage,
Oh,
you can
okay.
make another wisdom save. So she stops laughing. She's still prone on the ground, kind of coming to her senses. And
Is
then
the wall between her and us at least right now? Is ice
Nope.
wall? Nope.
it's between Veritas and
okay.
them.
So
Because
and
you're coming in.
okay, this way.
Yeah.
So then I can't. So we kind of walled Veritas off into
Yep.
a corner
Yep.
where he's sort of safe.
Yep.
All right. So my turn then.
Yep.
I will just 2 of these things.
Yep.
Okay, I'll shoot at them with my arrows then. I'll shoot at one of each. Drat. Oh, hey, 25.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to add some force damage to this one. My goodness.
Get it together.
11,
Stay on target.
13, 19 damage to that one. And actually, if it's still up, I'll just shoot at it
Yep.
again. 20 to hit.
Yes.
Alright. For 14 damage.
All right. Dino.
How close are these things? Are
They're like
to each other?
5 feet apart.
Okay, I'm going to cast Shatter.
Okay. Cons save.
Take 10-foot raise. Constitution.
Success. And another success.
We'll take half of it.
Yep. So 13.
15. 13. Oh, I thought you had a 6.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Klaus.
I'm gonna help out with the spontaneous combustible black clouds of smoke.
All right.
I think I'm gonna focus all my attacks on one. So whichever one. I'll go with the one on the right.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Get that one.
With the new sword. 18.
18 will hit.
I'll do all my attack rolls first, I guess. Or do you want the damage right away? So
Yeah, you can do all. That works for me.
okay.
You're adding that +3 in there from
Mhm.
weapon too? Okay.
14.
That one just rings off the armor and it doesn't seem to do any damage.
Okay. Oh no. 24.
That'll hit.
All right.
So 2 hits.
15 damage on the first one. And then 16.
All right. You're hitting it and it's taking damage. You're starting to cleave through the metal plate armor that it picked up. And then,
What about I'm gonna just use what is it? Action
Action
surge.
Okay.
Attack him again.
Yeah. Does that give me my
All 3.
Good.
all
all
3
three.
again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah, 13 probably misses. 27 will hit.
That'll hit.
And 16?
That one will miss.
Okay. And then 14 damage.
All right, Reggie.
I will hack at that same one that Klaus was hacking at. 26.
Yep.
Is this a fiend or an
It is
undead?
Not.
No. Okay.
Well, it is both undead and elemental. Various types.
Do I get my?
I'll give it to you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So that'll be for 21 damage. 22 damage. Sorry. And then second attack. 17.
17 will miss. All right.
Shoot.
One of them. Let's see.
What?
I don't want to say.
One of them is attacking Klaus, and one of them is attacking Reggie.
Okay.
Let's see. This is for Reggie. 19?
Yep.
Okay. You take 7 points of slashing damage. The other 2 attacks hit and miss. Then 3 attacks on Klaus. Ooh, that was terrible. They all miss.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Marlis.
Finally, something missed.
Marlis casts another firestorm. She directs it like past the doorway, so it'll hit. Where are you exactly?
I'm like probably in the doorway,
Okay.
just like zooming around,
Okay,
shooting at those things.
it's got a pretty massive
Yeah.
radius. So dexterity saving throws.
Everybody can have a +1 if they're within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, everyone would be in.
Does a 20 save?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
What was that? A dex?
Dex.
Oh, crap.
I have a set of 20. Add 1 to it.
I rolled a
+9.
nat 20, so I just need to add those still.
Well, 13.
There's only attacks that matters.
Okay. If you rolled higher than a 17, you saved. You'll take 22 fire damage. If you failed, it's 44.
How long's it been since I entered that first house? Is my protection from energy still over an hour?
Yeah.
The very first
Like
house?
when I cast that spell, it's been over an
Still
hour.
up.
Okay, good.
It's been like 59 minutes and 54 seconds.
Will you die from this otherwise?
No.
Oh, okay. I think it's been longer, probably.
Okay.
You guys have been through a number of houses, and
Yeah, I just was wondering if I could chop that in half again, but that's okay. I won't die.
so that's the end of her turn, and then it's Azad's turn. You can see like Veritas is, he was pretty rough. He's like got a healing potion. Like he's taking a moment to get his breath.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the fiery thing that these two have been kind of hacking to bits. The first one's a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'll add some force damage into that. 10, 17, 23.
Just kind of like ignites up and burns itself out,
Okay.
and the armor clatters to the ground.
Alright, then I'll blink over a little bit and I'll shoot at the other one. That's going to be a 16 to hit. That'll miss. And then I will blink a third time because I've attacked 2 different creatures, and I'll shoot an arrow over at Marlis and say, "Sorry, I know you're in there." 16 is gonna miss again, probably.
16 will hit her.
Oh, that's right. She's
She's not armored, really.
All right. She'll take 11. I'm aiming for like a hand or something.
Okay.
11 hand piercing damage.
She hits her and she just breaks it off. Dino.
I'm gonna do a bonus healing word on myself. So, and then I'm taking my rapier at the closest one, and
Wow.
Oh boy.
All right.
A brave little dinosaur man.
so that's 25.
That'll hit.
And 4. 11 damage.
It's not a magical weapon, right?
It's +1.
It is +1. Okay.
+1.
All right, Klaus. So we got one of these flaming elemental things, and then Marlis is still on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish the one off, and then also, while I'm busy at work hacking away, I'm kind of yelling back at my comrades here, like, there's gotta be, because I have an idea of what's going on here, but it would not be in my character's brain, I guess, to know what's going on.
You know what's going on right now?
I have an idea. I think I have an idea. You gave some hints, I think. That
Maybe some hints.
It's Columbo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just one more thing.
I
Just
think-
one more.
I think we got a little bit of a Jumanji thing going on here with the chess game
Jumanji.
and letting somebody out.
Oh.
But if there is a way for Klaus to be like, guys, put your heads together and figure this out. We can't kill this woman. We gotta do something. You guys must know something. Look at you. You got all these spells and wise things all the time. And damn it!
I feel like Klaus just became like Ricky for a little bit. You got all these like, psychological things happening up the upstairs compartment.
All I know how to do is sharpen swords and carry things. And put them down.
You do it so well.
What do we got? 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
No, that's not right. Or, 17 to hit.
17 will miss.
Missing miss. Alright. 23.
That'll hit.
Damage 18 and wrong button. 18 and 16.
Oh, those are the damages?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still up. Its armor is basically like fallen off, and it's just like flames shooting out of where that was like containing it, and then it's your turn.
Doing what I should have done last turn. I'm doing 75 points of lay on hands on myself.
Oh, okay. That was your. I'm not saying.
Yeah, where I'm at. Yeah,
All right. So that's your action then, right?
that is my action.
Okay. This thing swings at Klaus 3 times.
I cast shield.
Well, wait.
I'm
You
scared.
might not need to.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah, by 2.
We'll cast shield then.
Casting shield.
Okay. And then
Engaged.
you deflect all of these attacks, and that was the highest one.
Okay.
So it's just like hitting against your invisible force and not able to. Move
I'm
past
reading a
it.
book. You guys are like, what is Klaus doing?
What is
He doesn't
happening over
read.
here? What's happening?
Marlis has one more firestorm that she can cast. Dexterity saving throws.
Yeah, it's still a +1?
Yep.
Alright, 20 here.
17 is the number.
Oh, Really?
This is a very weak firestorm.
Okay.
26 is the max damage. You take half of that if you succeeded.
I think you succeeded. You have an 18 on the die.
Dice.
So 27, 13.
I'm still down.
Oh,
Okay, you drop Azad's turn.
All right. Let's see. My healer math is right. I don't have to worry about him yet.
last time we were about
I shoot at the.
shorting myself.
I'll
At
shoot
least
at the
5 points.
fiery thing.
Technology.
25 to hit.
Yep.
Adding some damage with my bonus action. 7, 14. 20
That
damages.
takes it down.
Okay.
Burns up like the other and drop. All the equipment just drops to the ground.
Okay,
And
and
the
then I'll-
halib is no more.
I'll blink one more time so that I'm kind of by Dino's body, and then I'll fire an arrow off at Marlis again. 26 to hit,
Yep.
aiming for like a knee
No.
for 12 kneecap piercing damage.
All right. Death saving throw.
Well,
That's
Success.
nice. To save?
Klaus,
one success.
it is your turn.
This time, this guy's going down. Mr. Burning Armor.
Is there
He's
any
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Marlis
Sorry.
is the only one.
I was trying to
that's
fix my dice that have been really screwing close over tonight.
and like all sessions,
Yes.
the past couple.
Well, I've started relying on this because you can
Oh.
save in your bonuses, but I didn't have the right bonus in. I quit. Close
It's
it.
type of technology. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't trust.
Can't
I wouldn't remember to do it with a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, that's a 90. I'm. I don't know what to do. I don't. Do you want me to kill her?
I have a feeling it's going to take more than a few arrows to kill the 20th level druid.
I hope so.
But you can also do
But
non-lethal damage
If
to
it's
her.
if she's
melee
possessed,
her.
it's not going to care. We're not going to get anywhere by weakening her. You know.
I was hoping that her possession would go away if we got rid of the other creature.
Oh.
So you're calm, my man. You're an autonomous being that
Mm.
separates us from the animals you love.
I guess I'll make an attack and start weakening her.
Sure. Go ahead.
17.
Hit.
26.
Hit.
And 15.
That one does not hit.
Uh, 28 damage total.
All right. Reggie's turn.
I'm gonna cast a spell
Not
magic
lethal.
on her.
All right. Roll me
Isn't a sword
d20 with
always-
your
It's like a
Spell
mechanic.
attack?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Mechanic.
All right. 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't get the sense that any effect has taken place.
Awesome.
What was that?
Seeing
Spell
as
magic.
we're at like 9:26, and she's about to like shapeshift into something, I think this battle is going to carry over into our next session, starting with her turn.
It's like Dragon Ball. She's like charging up, like
Yeah.
She's
Um,
gonna shapeshift into the
If I thought the battle would be over in the next 3 minutes, I would just call it. But I think it might prolong a little bit. So
Okay.
we've got a tense battle here with the possessed Marlis. We got Thenos on the ground. Party's been burned up and beaten up. But Veritas is sitting there, and he's had a few rounds equip his strength. Likely you see him like pick up that sword that clearly has like kind of a magical glint to it, so it looks like he's about to jump into the fray as well. So that is it tonight for us on 20 Sides to Every Story. Thanks everybody for watching. The next time we'll play this game will be 2 weeks from now. Is it the 16th?
It's today, the 19th.
19th. Otherwise, next time we will be live. We'll actually, I'm thinking about, we'll do a subscriber game on Sunday at 1 p.m. So if you're not yet a subscriber and you want to get in on that, just subscribe to the channel and get into our Discord server. We can hook you up with the details on how to join us for that. If you want to get the invite to our Discord server, just click the panel below the video feed so you can get in there. All right. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.